Stand back. I'm going to apply the power of the sun. Hey folks, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're going to talk about these Aquatech solar panels that link up with that Aquatech solar generator that you see in the background. I want to say a quick thank you to Aquatech for sending these out to me so that I can review them for you. I will go ahead and put links down in the description below if you think this is a product you're interested in. If you decide to go check out Aquatech, tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you. All right, so a few months ago, I did a review of this Aquatech solar generator that you can see right here. And I will go ahead and add a link to that review up here. If you've not seen that, please go ahead and check that out. This is a product that I'm really enjoying and I do highly recommend. This Aquatech solar generator, the testing will show you what it can and can't do. So just want to give you a quick update on this. Some further tests that I did since that video came out. It did retain its charge for several months while dormant. I pulled it out of the closet to do some tests for the solar panels today, and it was at 100%, exactly where I had left it off. So it retains its charge very well. And I ran it down to about 20%. I'll see if I can show you. Sometimes this doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry, 40%, my bad. And I ran it down to about 40% so that we could do some testing today. All I did to do that was basically plug in some high energy appliances for a little while, small appliances. Like if you watch that other video, you'll see that these are not intended to do items. They're not intended to do certain items such as like a little space heater, things like that. You really need something else to run that kind of appliance. Space heaters and window air conditioning units, they just have way too much draw for something like a solar generator. If you had something with a lot more wattage, possibly, but I can tell you like the 1,000 watt, 2,000 watt ones, yeah, it might run it, but it's not going to be able to run it for very long. So I ran mine down. So I did another little bit of a torture test with it down to 40% as you saw. Now we're going to go ahead and run these two solar panels. These are each 100 watts. I'll show you the specifications in just a minute. But these are both 100 watts. We're going to go ahead and plug them in and see how long it takes to charge this back up. I want to show you real quick what this uses. Okay, so these solar panels come with PV attachments. That's very, very common for solar panels. That should be able to work with other brands as well. That's kind of an industry norm. And then you have several other ways to plug in depending on if you have a different solar generator than the Aquatech. So what we're going to do, since we have two of these, we're going to plug one into the PV in and one into the DC in. So we're going to run both of these so it's getting 200 watts of input right now. I'll tell you what time it is in just a second. Okay, so we're using both panels right now. We have DC input and PV input. As you can see up here, the bar light, hopefully that's showing up on the video. It is showing that it is charging. It is exactly 1 p.m. I have pretty much full sun, or like, you know, there's a few clouds and whatnot. Just to give you an idea, I am in South Carolina in the United States, and this is being recorded in early March. Okay, so the ability to charge is going to vary based on your location, your solar aspect, how much sun you're getting on that day. Those are all factors. So what I'm doing here is just to kind of give you a baseline idea, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer for 2 hours. We'll come back, I'll unplug everything, see where we're at. Remember, it was at 40% when we started. All right, and while we're waiting for that to charge up, I wanna show you a couple quick things here. This is the back of the solar panel. Just kind of shows you, it has a kickstand to give you different ways to prop it up and try to get the maximum of your solar aspect. These are the 100 watt panel. Obviously for the care of these, you just want to keep them clean. You want to be able to wipe it with a dust-free cloth. Microfiber cloth would be good. Don't use a lot of chemicals on these because that will deteriorate the cells over time, and that's true for all solar panels. I want to show you real quick, you can actually do a direct charge off of this, right? You can see, I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but the red light is on, indicating that it is charging. You could plug something in right now. You don't even need the solar generator if you've got like something small like a phone or something like that. So this is something, if you're on a tight budget and you're thinking, yeah, I'd like to incorporate some solar into my preps, maybe you add one of these 100 watt solar panels, and then, you know, 6 months down the road, you have a little bit more money, you add another 100 watt solar panel, and then 6 months down the road you add a solar generator, maybe you add a couple solar generators. I actually plan to add more as time goes on, but you can plug in, there's a USB-C export, output, and there's a USB, a standard USB output there. So I could plug in a phone or a laptop or a iPad or something like that and immediately start charging directly off of the panel, okay? Hope that makes sense. All right, and again, just showing you the backside here with the kickstands and how that works. Comes with quite a bit of cordage. I have the solar generator about 10 feet away from this one, so you have quite a bit of line to work with. And real quick, I want to show you this. So this is the front side. It folds up, right? It's for easy carry. This here will zip up. You put your cord inside of there and that will zip up. Very, very easy for storage. Very, very lightweight, easy for anyone in your family. A small child could easily help you to bring these outside. So these are very, very lightweight. A small child could definitely help you to bring these outside. Grandma could operate these if you're worried about grandma and her power during storm outages or possible worst case scenarios, right? Like, because we know there's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of people are worried about cyber attacks. If we face cyber attacks, the grid will definitely be a target. There's no question, right? So this gives you some capability, especially if you've got your phone is your first prep and maybe even your most important prep, right? So you want to be able to communicate with the outside world. You need to be able to communicate with family. You need to be able to access help if you need it. This absolutely is going to let you charge up everybody in the family's phone, unless you have a family of like 35, in which case you're probably going to need a little bit more, right? Maybe you want grandma to have that kind of ability. She lives by herself. Maybe she's got some medicines that need to be stored in a refrigerator. I did some tests with one of our smaller freezers, and this actually did run the small freezer, and it didn't completely drain down the battery in a small amount of time. So you could probably cycle on and off every couple hours. It's going to probably extend that capability, a day and then maybe longer. And then you could charge it if you got a sunny day, you can charge it back up the next day. So this is really cool. I'm really excited about this. Let's come back in 2 hours. Let's see how it did with the charge. All right, folks, moment of truth. It has been 2 hours. I've been working outside here trying to get my garden ready for the spring. And I got to tell you, it's already hot in South Carolina. We got tons of solar aspect. So let's see how this did. All right, so you can see it's still getting a charge. Let's go ahead and unplug these and see where we're at. Hopefully you can see that on the video. All right, and yeah, about 20%. That's actually, it might be higher because it won't light up that the fourth bar until it's over 80%. So it's somewhere between 60% and 80% right now. So I wanted it to get at least 20% in 2 hours with both of the solar panels. Obviously that worked. So we can do some fuzzy math here to see what would happen with 8 hours. We can guess that with this same amount of sunlight, same amount of solar aspect, we should be able to, with both panels, be able to get a full charge. If it was one panel, obviously you would be getting half of that, okay? Or about half of that. I hope that helps. All right, that's going to do it for today. I really enjoyed checking these out. Thank you so much, Aquatech, for sending these so that I could review them for my audience. Please check out the links down below if you are interested in these. Let me know if you try these out, how you like them. I would say one more thing about this. If you're thinking about adding solar into your preps, if you're a homesteader, if you're an off-gridder, if you're a van life YouTuber, and you just want to have a little bit more energy independence, this is a good way to go. And my feeling is that with everything that's going on in the world right now, preps like these are only going to go up in price, right? So if you're thinking about it and you've got the money, I'd say go ahead and pull the trigger now. Everybody has to work within their budget. I totally get that. Maybe you just pick up one of the solar panels now, and that gives you some options for charging up a few devices, all right? If you got any questions, drop them in the comments down below. If you haven't already done so, please give me a like. Please remember to share this. If you know another friend who's interested in solar, keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.